This is not amnesty. This is not immunity. This is not a path to citizenship. It's not a permanent fix. This is a temporary stopgap measure that lets us focus our resources wisely while giving a degree of relief and hope to talented, driven, patriotic young people.
Nearly 7 in 10 Americans support an immigration reform package that includes a permanent solution on DACA.
Mr. President, what about the DACA case? Do they worry about what's going to happen?
The Democrats have really let them down. They've really let them down. They had this great opportunity. The Democrats have really let them down. It's a shame. And now people are taking advantage of DACA, and that's a shame. Mexico has got to help us at the border. And a lot of people are coming in because they want to take advantage of DACA. And we're going to have to really see that.
But new immigrants cannot take advantage of DACA. Undocumented immigrants are only eligible for protection if they were in the United States and under age 31 in June 2012. The president also tied construction of the border wall to DACA.
Who is going to pay for the wall? What we're asking for and what the American people are pleading for is sanity and common sense in our immigration system.
Well, the government's deadline is ticking. The Department of Homeland Security has 90 days to state their case on the latest ruling regarding DACA.
Now, if not, more DACA applications will be accepted. Channel 5's Angelo Vargas learns this is leaving current DACA recipients unsure of their status.
The ruling made by a federal judge will only impact new applications to be processed, not for current DACA recipients to renew. Thousands of dreamers are stuck in limbo. Some live here in the valley, confused and unaware by a federal judge's court ruling.
A lot of things can happen within those 3 months.
DACA recipient Allison Duarte is from Mexico. She arrived in the U.S. when she was 13 years old. Since then, she's made the Valley her home as a student and employee.
I work as a tutor at STC. I do humanities and social sciences.
Duarte says she's worried about her future.
I'm still in this situation to where I don't know if I'm going to be able to renew.
It's a program to protect illegal immigrants, especially children. Well, like when they came into America as children, to protect them from being deported and they can actually have a job here and be legal, kind of.
DACA is for illegal immigrants in order to work in the U.S.
I think I know a little bit about it. It has something to do with immigrants and staying in the country.
No, but I believe there are.
Yeah, I think I've heard of some, yeah.
I actually did not know that. I have not.
One of my teachers did bring it up when it was, I don't know, on the news.
Well, I'm not allowed to have an off-campus job, so that's kind of the same, but I can have a job on campus, so that's different.
Okay. And what kind of visa do you have as a student?
I have an F1 visa, so that will allow me to go to school, but not to actual work and stuff.
This state? No. My state? Kentucky? No. What's a legislator?
Like your senator or your House of Representatives.
Oh, he's the Senate Majority Leader. Mitch McConnell?
No.
Whether a student comes from whether it's an immigrant student, whether it's a first-generation student, whether it's a student of color, whether it's a student that identifies as LGBTQ, regardless, every single student has a unique set of circumstances. And our responsibility is to try to create an experience and an environment here that enables each one of them to get on the right pathway for success. So we get undocumented students at the university. We don't necessarily always know they're undocumented students unless they disclose that. But my responsibility, I think, is to advocate for their needs like I would any student. You know, the most powerful voices, I really believe, for change are often young voices, student voices, emerging adults, adolescents, or probably late adolescents. So look at what's happening right now with gun control issues.
The March for Your Life.
I think students are so powerful in the voice that they have, and it, you know, you're at a place in your lives where you're not encumbered in the same ways that, or mortgaged even in the same ways that sometimes you are later in life when you have, when you're employed and you have debt and mortgages and
your own children.
There are other factors, right, that maybe make it more difficult or more complex for you to participate in a movement of some kind or in advocacy. It's not an excuse not to, but I think the ways in which we participate later in life look different than they do when we're in high school and college, right? So you have the benefit of time, energy, passion, and you're not necessarily encumbered or limited by some of the things that might limit you later. I think our students can call elected officials. I think marches and protests and demonstrations get a lot of public attention. I think you are absolutely wizards at social media, which is a very powerful medium today. And you also are experiencing a lot of these systems as adults for the first time. So you have clear eyes, right? And you're able to see things that sometimes those of us who have lived with something for a long period of time sort of become blind to, right? So you don't see it as clearly as when students point it out to you. I find in my work that all the time is that we do a good job of listening. Students point out all kinds of things that we might otherwise miss. So you have real opportunities, I think, to do public policy work. And quite frankly, because you're not burdened by necessarily having lots of experience in these systems, you can challenge those systems and you can actually create different ones, new pathways, different models. So the only thing sometimes that holds us back, right, is us. Is like whether it's our motivation or whether we start to tell ourselves, I don't know enough. So what I tell students is you can dream anything that you want, do anything you want, and maybe parts of it will be successful and maybe it won't, or maybe the benefits of that won't be for years. But we do know that social change happens in approximations. We do know that learning is cumulative. So the thing that turns a light bulb on for someone today might have been started by something that happened a very long time ago. So all of these things matter over the course or over the long arc of time. And I'd say to students, don't believe that because you had a setback today that it didn't matter, because it just might not be the time.